Never expect an orc to value your life, safety, or well-being, because they do not value their own. The following is an account by Smart Boy Septimus, head word fixer to scribble boss Killam Snickspear, and I reside on Earth in the heart of the Perium orc kind. For those of you who have recently been incorporated into the Perium either by conquest or some have fled to the subsector as refugees, the Perium is a galactic empire that was formed by an orc warlord known simply as the Emperor, who had a dream. He wanted to unite all of the galaxy under his rule. He also got an odd mantra stuck in his head. The Emperor protects. So, Perium orcs were highly unusual in that they seemed to be more interested in fighting the enemies of humanity than humanity itself. Some orcs seem to think that demons and xenos give a better fight than squishy humies, but most accept the truth of the statement without question. The Emperor protects, which to these orcs was just as true as red ones go faster. If you're interested in a full history of the Perium, there are other sources that can give you a much more complete picture. This account is solely focused on how to live a successful and fulfilling life under these circumstances. Now, as much as the Emperor protects, as I mentioned earlier, orcs do not have much of a sense of self-preservation. As a consequence, they generally have a poor understanding of human needs. Some orc smart boys have been trying to make what they call Humie know-whats public knowledge. But most orcs still don't understand that a hearty clap on the back of a human can crack ribs and vertebrae. Orcs are also contemptuous of what they see as laziness or cowardice, deeming it grottish. The Gretchen or grots are diminutive greenskins that are smaller and weaker than orcs, and they are indeed cowardly, lazy, and duplicitous. If humans demonstrate these grottish behaviors, orcs tend to treat them like grots, disciplining them with punches and kicks, bullying them into working. Applying these disciplinary tactics on a grottish human can cause serious injuries leading to weeks of recovery or even death. Despite tremendous challenges faced by humans living in the orc-controlled Perium, I shall do my best to provide you with every possible advantage when it comes to coexisting with our violent green overlords. I will not sugarcoat the situation. Most humans in the Perium live a brutal existence performing what the orcs call grot work, namely anything they don't want to do themselves. To orcs, all of this grot work is the same, whether it is working for 18 hours a day in a dangerous pressure mine, or if it's being tasked with counting and keeping track of a knob's teeth, the teeth being the currency of the Perium. If you are a human of no notable rank, there are two important goals that you want to keep in mind if you are stuck doing grot work. Number one, actively choose which work you want to perform. If you can count, offer to count. If you can cook, offer to cook for your boss. If you know how to build things, offer your services to a mech. If you enjoy doing something that orcs find useful, actively seek orcs that want you to do that work. If you do not find work to do, orcs will give work to you, and odds are it's going to be miserable and unpleasant. Number two, if you are already assigned to difficult work, make use of the Gretchen that are also working with you. Gretchen can be bullied into doing extremely dangerous or unpleasant jobs. Their life cycles are also extremely short, with most living for maybe a month or two, and the most clever and valuable of their kind living maybe a few years. Don't have sympathy for them, and don't have mercy on them. They're always looking for soft-hearted humies they can take advantage of. Bully them into doing your work, and watch your back, so grots don't get any ideas about putting a knife in it. This all may sound quite unpleasant, but the working conditions in the Perium aren't markedly different from what laborers experience in the Imperium of Man, based on my research. The Perium might be a little more dangerous, but there is also more opportunity for upward mobility. Now, there are several ways to advance oneself in Imperial society as a Humie. For those of you who haven't heard the Voxcasts, graduating with a Smart Boy degree is one of the best ways to guarantee a relative amount of security, respect, and even power depending on the work you're doing. Indispensability is key. If you provide an invaluable service to an orc, if you are hard to replace, if you are useful, an orc will see you as more than an expendable grot or a snack when he gets hungry. My goal is to make education and training readily available to humans. Eventually, I'd like all humans to be treated as valuable assets of the Perium. I want the orcs to see us as more than grots. I want them to see us as skilled laborers, thinkers, scientists, doctors, etc. Now, not every human is well suited to such things. Fortunately, there is also a much simpler way to earn orcish respect without having to have any kind of exceptional mental capability. And that is martial prowess. Fighting in the Astromiller Grottum as human auxilia is the quickest way to earn respect from orcs. Fighting and winning will earn you the purest form of orcish esteem. So if you are inclined towards violence, as many of the gangers in Deep Earth are, I would strongly suggest joining the Imperial Guard. It was the dream of the Emperor to create a Perium of man and orc. Somehow he saw the potential for cooperation between our species. It will not be easy. But my work with Smart Boy Thinky Pants, and quite honestly my friendship with him, has convinced me that a proper partnership can exist between humans and orcs. And we can fulfill the dream of the Emperor and learn to thrive in a brutal galaxy that is tearing itself apart. So, I say, with all sincerity, War the Emperor, War the Perium. No man do they call me. My mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Thank you all for listening to this short story about the Perium. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a like and a comment so that way you too can earn a place of honor in the Perium and thrive in this grim dark galaxy. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so in order to hear more stories about the Perium. If you would like to support me, you can do so via PayPal or Patreon. Both of those will be linked in the description. And if you would like some context for this story, I will link to the Emperor playlist, and you can hear the story of the rise and fall of this orc warlord yourself. That link should be appearing on screen right now. Thank you all very much once again for listening. No Man out.